The Seattle Seahawks have extended Uchenna Nwosu, and I'm just going to call him Uchenna because it's much easier this entire video. Here's why this is important and a big deal for the Seattle Seahawks. Despite it sounding somewhat like a large deal, I know when you can read 3 years extension up to $59 million and it's $32 million guaranteed, it sounds like a pretty large number. It's not a tiny number, but if we're going to take into consideration that the Seahawks, one, need to keep their young pieces on the defense, and two, that the edge rushing outside linebacker position is not cheap. Now, he is listed like an outside linebacker a lot of places, including the depth chart on ESPN or Football Reference, but I like to call him an edge rusher. He is overall an outside edge rusher, and he was pretty decent. And he didn't have the best start to his career in San Diego or LA Chargers, whatever you want to call them. But with the Seahawks, they kind of gave him a new opportunity, and he's made the best out of it. He is only 26 years old. So let's consider that when we talk about the situation. We're signing a guy on a good deal who is young, and that's what is the most important. He played all 17 games. Like I said, 26 years old, his career high in sacks at 9.5, 42 solo tackles, 3 forced fumbles, and 12 tackles for loss. All those things are positive signs for the Seahawks moving forward, having a guy like this guy playing for them. Now, the defense obviously, hasn't played up to the standard that we're used to for Seattle Seahawks defense in the past, but if you look at the names and some of the moves they've made, this defense could be a lot better. And by a lot, I mean like extremely good. If you go to the depth chart, let's just talk about what this meant for this defense. On the left side, you're going to have Draymond Jones and obviously Mike Morris, who could be a sleeper draft pick that we brought in, who's going to be the second string there. You have Brian Monet and Cameron Young, who was another draft pick. Jaron Reed, Miles Adams right there. Darrell Taylor is on the depth chart here, Derek Hall as well. Jordan Brooks, and then Devin Bush is somebody that we're bringing in. It could be kind of a project and see if it works. Obviously, and Jordan Brooks is hurt, but I'm just saying this is where the total depth chart's looking at for talking midseason, end of the year. Bobby Wagner being back obviously changes a lot. He's still a top, I'm not going to say he's a top 2 or 3 guy, but he can at any day be one of the best linebackers in all football still. You have Uchenna now, who is considered the strong side linebacker, edge rusher, whatever you want to call it. You have Devin Witherspoon, who is the 5th pick in the draft, who obviously we're banking on being we took Tariq Woolen in the 5th round or 6th round last year. We took Devin Witherspoon with the 5th pick in the draft. 1st round, 5th pick. So if he's anything near Tariq Woolen, we're talking about having Devin Witherspoon and Tariq Woolen. And on top of that, you have Trey Brown, who's going to be coming back. You have Mike Jackson. You have Kobe Bryant. A lot of talent over there. And then safeties. Also an extreme amount of talent at Jamal Adams, Quandre Diggs, Julian Love, and then another draft pick, Jarek Reed II, who, if any of these guys pan out, the young guys I mentioned, Mike Morris, Cameron Young, Derek Hall, Devin Bush, who's a project, Boye Mafe, I didn't even mention him as a second string. Julian Love's considered a second string. Jarek Reed. I mean, there is so much potential talent that if some people play a little bit better and a little bit outside of what they're supposed to play, including a guy like Uchenna, if he comes and has an even better year, surpasses 10 sacks and gets to an 11 or 12 sack year, 15 tackles for loss, whatever it may be, we're talking about a Seahawks defense that's taking a huge leap with an offense that's also getting older on the offensive line, all these different things, and picked up talent as well. So if the Seahawks, the way they succeeded last year, this year it could be even better. And I think this signing is a great example of putting our money towards a lot of the youth that we have on this team, especially, we have the veteran pieces that we need in terms of Quandre Diggs, Jamal Adams, Draymond Jones, you could even consider Bobby Wagner. There is some of that in Jaron Reed. There is that veteran core, but then they're also banking on these young guys, re-signing some, picking up projects like Devin Bush, and drafting a corner at the number 5 pick, where this Seahawks team is telling you we believe in the pieces we have for the future. And I think this signing plays a big role in that. So I'm really excited to see how it all plays out. The Seahawks are making moves for their young guys, and I just want to know, what do you guys feel about this? It sounds like a big number. I understand that. I'm not arguing the fact that up to $59 million up to 3 years sounds like a lot, $32 million guaranteed, but it's, the Seahawks are rewarding him. He had 66 total tackles last year, 3 forced fumbles, started every game. You got to reward these guys. It's not cheap in the NFL to have guys that can produce on your defense, and edge rushers aren't cheap at all. That's why a lot of teams, including the Seahawks, have been in need of we haven't had a J.J. Watt, a Myles Garrett type of dude, a Bosa type of dude. It's been a long time since I've told you I feel very confident in our edge rushing. So you got to sign the good guys you have, especially when they're young and they're at a value price. So I couldn't be more excited, and I think it's an exciting time to be a Seahawks fan and an exciting time to bring in a guy like this.